Amazon Prime Day is almost here. It's going to be on July 16th and 17th. So, of course, I got a few knife deals to show you that will just absolutely blow your mind. But maybe you're watching this, and you missed the sale. Hey, these knives, they're still totally worth checking out. I'm talking about discounts that are 40, 50, even 60% off. I mean, yeah, these are some serious deals. And of course, all the links to buy, I'll be sure and put them down in the description for you. I gotta tell you, I am so glad that Kansept sent me these because, they really weren't on my radar. So I would have totally missed out on 3 great knives. If you're not too familiar with Kansept knives, here's just a few that you might recognize. Like this is the Helix Mini. And then I've also got, this is going to be the Fusa and the Model 6, which is actually my personal favorite. Oh, and then you guys all know, come on, everybody knows the Cryo, right? All right, let's go ahead and get started with the first one. And this is the EDC TAC. Now, it's actually a Williamson design, so collaboration. And yeah, that's going to be that's the same person responsible for the Helix here. Well, and a bunch of others. Now, the TAC is a medium-sized button lock it's made with premium materials with some pretty cool features that, you might not notice right away. Like the glass breaker here, which I think they did a nice job of hiding by kind of implementing it into the handle design. Between these other points right at the pommel. We get a 3.1 inch drop point blade, and that's in S35 VN with a black finish. You can open it using either, the button, the thumb studs, or this very low profile flipper tab. No need to worry about your finger slipping off because they did go ahead and put some jimping on it, which works great. As you can see, nice snappy action it's really tough to fail, and believe me, I have been trying. Notice this this cutout section on the spine. Well, that it acts as a little landing spot, so your finger is out of the way when you're using that flipper, which also it helps you to get a stronger pull on that flipper at the same time. The scales are shredded carbon fiber and titanium with some really impressive fit and finish. There's no gaps in between the two materials. I mean, they actually feel like one solid piece. I mean, there's no seam and there's no ledge. I have a medium-sized hand, and I can get, I can get like a full 4-finger grip, no problem. The milled titanium pocket clip, it can be moved, to the other side for us lefties. Very smart design, having the blade almost completely hidden when it's closed, so you can get a good grip on that handle, if you ever need to use that glass breaker. The only thing I would change if I could is increase the size of the access area for the thumb studs. You can see with that the section is cut out, because when it's in the open position, it's just a hair too small, for me to fit my 2 fingers. It's more like 1.5, which is kind of weird. The EDC TAC it's a great knife, and you can really tell that a lot of thought went into its design, with the high level of attention to detail it has. Now, this is a premium knife, so the regular price is going to be $257, but you know what? On Amazon Prime Day, you'll be able to get this at 40% off. I would do it. All right, next up is going to be the Korvid Model M for medium. Now, I want you to see this next to, a couple other knives, because the measurement numbers they're actually kind of deceiving. Now, the Korvid M it's a harder use liner lock that it looks a lot larger than it actually is. We get a 2.45 inch cleaver blade, and that's in 154 cm steel with a black stonewash finish. You can open it in 3 different ways using either the flipper, or there's also thumb studs and even a fuller. If you ever want to slow roll it open, you're gonna need to use that fuller, because just the detent is like really strong. So needless to say, the action is excellent. And, you know, failing the deployment, it's pretty much impossible to do. No, I can't get it. Now, the scales on mine are micarta, but there are versions available in G10. Standard grip for me is 3 fingers, but if you choke up on that large forward choil, it turns it into a full 4-finger grip with a nice, like, divot on the blade spine for your thumb. Even with a flipper tab, you know, you're still able to, like, use almost all of that sharpened edge when you're cutting on a flat surface. I like the deep carry pocket clip, but it unfortunately only has just the one position. By no means do I consider 3.85 ounces as too heavy. Now, you could make the argument that, you know, for its size, it is slightly, but not for me. You can get this in either a smaller size, which is going to be under a 2-inch blade, or there's a larger one, which is a little bit over 3-inch blade. But, you know, I think this version, I think it's perfect for everyday carry. Now, regular price is right around $60, but on Amazon Prime Day, you know, you're going to be able to get this at 50% off. Yep, half. All right, the shard here is it's a Kim Ning design, and that is going to be the same exact person responsible for the cryo right here. Now, I'm going to apologize in advance for the, like, any glare, because, I mean, everything on this knife is shiny. It's a full-size frame lock with a satin-finished 3.48-inch blade in S35 VN steel, which, looking at the blade, it kind of reminds me of the Spyderco Smock. I don't know, what do you think? We get 3 different opening options. There's a thumb hole, a little fuller, and, of course, a flipper, which is my favorite. For lefties, that thumb hole is partially obstructed, but you can at least go ahead and Spidey flick it open, or I can also use that fuller. I kind of got to dig my thumb in there, but I can use it to slow roll open. Even though I can pretty much fail it whenever I want. You know, the action is still pretty good. You know, it's just not like one of those super snappy detents. Still a good time to fidget, though. It has some beautiful 3D milled titanium scales with what they're calling lightning strike anodization, which it does look much darker in person than the picture that you'll see on the Amazon product page. The handle shape is subtle, but there are some, like, finger grooves in just the right spots that really make this thing, like, super comfortable in hand. I'm not the biggest fan of milled titanium clips because, well, they're usually stiff and the knife usually rides pretty shallow in pocket. The shard here has one of the best titanium clips I've ever seen. No joke. It's not deep carry, but man, it is really close. And this thing has just the right amount of flex in it, so the tension is good, and the design makes this thing so easy. You can see it's got like that little tip. It's kind of scooped, so it makes it so easy, like sliding this in your pocket. The only thing, though, of course, you know, there's always something, and it has just the one position, so no lefty love today. Sure, you know, you could throw this in your pocket and take it to work at the construction site. I probably wouldn't, but, you know, you could. It's such a classy looking knife that I would probably grab it, you know, for a night out on the town or something like that. I mean, once you take this thing out of your pocket, people are going to see this thing and they're going to be like, whoa, what is that? You know, this is a really tough decision, but if I could only keep, like, one of the 3 knives that I've showed you, this shard, oh yeah, this would be it. I mean, I just absolutely love this thing. Now, if you couldn't already tell, yes, this is going to be another premium knife, but you know, it's not too bad. Regular price is right around $208, but on Amazon Prime Day, you'll be able to get this 60% off. Are you kidding me? Now, up on the screen is going to be a video that I picked out for you to go ahead and watch next. And hey, if you haven't already, consider subscribing. If you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point.